Have you ever thought about the strange mysteries in the world of flying? Today, we'll be looking at the most interesting flying mysteries. These aren't just stories of planes that vanished or crashed for no clear reason, but stories that have confused investigators and regular people, leaving a lot of questions and ideas. So get ready and prepare for a trip into the unknown. Stay with us as we start with the first of these interesting mysteries. At number 9, the case of Malaysia Airlines flight MH370. A mystery that continues to baffle us a decade later. The disappearance of MH370 is one of the most enigmatic occurrences in modern aviation. Night on March 8, 2014, MH370, a Boeing 777-200, vanished from radar screens during a routine flight from Kuala Lumpur to Beijing. On board were 239 souls, their fate unknown. Despite extensive search efforts in the South China Sea and the sprawling expanse of the Indian Ocean, the whereabouts of the aircraft remain a mystery. The last known transmission from the captain suggested the plane continued to fly for hours after disappearing from radar, casting a shadow of speculation over the incident. Various theories have surfaced over the years, from technical malfunctions to more sinister theories involving foul play. Yet, none have been proven conclusively. Debris from the plane has washed ashore in the Indian Ocean, but the main wreckage and the black box, crucial to understanding what happened, are yet to be found. 10 years on, the Malaysian government is considering renewing the search, spurred by advances in technology and the relentless pursuit of closure by the families of the passengers and crew. The seabed exploration firm Ocean Infinity has proposed a new search, offering a glimmer of hope in this enduring mystery. The disappearance of MH370 has left a trail of questions that remain unanswered. At number 8, the Bermuda Triangle, a region between Miami, Bermuda and Puerto Rico, has been the stage for countless aircraft and maritime disappearances. The mystery of the Bermuda Triangle began to take shape in the mid-20th century, with a series of unexplained incidents involving both airplanes and ships. The most notorious of these is perhaps the disappearance of Flight 19, a group of 5 US Navy torpedo bombers that vanished during a training mission in 1945. Theories attempting to explain these disappearances range from the plausible to the fantastic. Some suggest that the region is subject to unique magnetic anomalies that interfere with compasses and other navigational equipment. Others postulate the existence of underwater alien bases or even interdimensional portals. Yet, despite decades of speculation and investigation, no definitive explanation has been found. The Bermuda Triangle's reputation as a danger zone, however, is not universally accepted. Skeptics argue that the area's high traffic volume naturally leads to a higher incidence of accidents, and that the disappearances are not statistically significant. They also point out that many of the triangle's supposed mysteries have been debunked or can be attributed to human error or natural phenomena. At number 7, the disappearance of Amelia Earhart. In the golden age of aviation, Amelia Earhart was a beacon of inspiration, a woman who dared to challenge the norms. As the first woman to fly solo across the Atlantic, Earhart was no stranger to the skies. Yet, her daring attempt to circumnavigate the globe in her Lockheed Electra plane would become one of the greatest aviation mysteries of all time. On July 2, 1937, Earhart and her navigator Fred Noonan set off from Lae, New Guinea towards Howland Island, a tiny piece of land in the vast Pacific Ocean. The journey was fraught with difficulties, and radio contact was lost. They were never seen or heard from again. Despite extensive search efforts led by the United States, no trace of Earhart, Noonan, or the Lockheed Electra was found. Theories abound, ranging from a crash landing at sea to running out of fuel, or even that Earhart and Noonan were captured by the Japanese during the tense pre-World War II period. However, none of these theories have been conclusively proven. At number 6, the icy Andes. In the year 1947, a British South American Airways flight known as Stardust mysteriously vanished. For over 50 years, the fate of Stardust remained an unsolved mystery, a ghost story whispered among pilots and aviation enthusiasts. It wasn't until the late 90s that the remnants of the ill-fated flight were discovered, buried beneath decades of snow and ice. The Stardust, it seemed, had met its end, not due to foul play or alien abduction, but rather the unforgiving nature of the Andes. Caught in a sudden and violent downdraft, the aircraft had crashed into the mountainside, leaving no survivors. At number 5, the Uruguayan Air Force Flight 571. It all began on October 13, 1972, when a Fairchild FH227D carrying 45 people, including a rugby team, their friends and family, crashed into the Andes Mountains. The initial crash was devastating, claiming a significant number of lives. However, the real ordeal was just beginning for the survivors. Stranded at an altitude of over 12,000 feet, they faced harsh conditions, including freezing temperatures and high-altitude thin air. With limited supplies, they had to make unimaginable choices to survive. The survivors endured for a staggering 72 days in the harsh wilderness, using their wits and sheer determination to stay alive. They were finally rescued on December 20, 1972, after 2 of the survivors undertook a perilous 10-day trek to find help. At number 4. The mysterious crash of EgyptAir Flight 990. In the late hours of October 31, 1999, a Boeing 767 took off from John F. Kennedy International Airport, destined for Cairo. But roughly half an hour into the flight, something unthinkable happened. The plane began a rapid descent, plunging into the Atlantic Ocean, claiming the lives of all 217 people on board. The Egyptian authorities and the American National Transportation Safety Board, or NTSB, had conflicting theories about what led to the crash. The NTSB's final report suggested that the plane's co-pilot intentionally caused the crash. However, the Egyptian Civil Aviation Authority argued against this theory, insisting that a mechanical failure was the more likely cause. Despite the extensive investigations and numerous theories, the real cause of the crash remains a mystery. The flight data and cockpit voice recorders, the so-called black boxes, provided some clues, but not enough to definitively answer these questions. The crash of EgyptAir Flight 990 remains a contentious topic, with many unanswered questions. At number 3, the disappearance of Flying Tiger Line Flight 739. This Lockheed Super Constellation aircraft, carrying 96 passengers and a crew of 11, vanished without a trace in 1962. The flight was a military charter carrying American soldiers to Saigon during the Vietnam War. The aircraft departed from Guam and was heading towards the Philippines. But just 80 minutes into the flight, the crew reported in for what would be their last routine positioning message. After that, nothing. Despite one of the most extensive sea searches in the history of the Pacific, no wreckage, debris, or any sign of the aircraft was ever found. The search involved over 1,000 Navy personnel, dozens of aircraft, and a number of ships. After 8 days, the search was called off, and the aircraft, along with its passengers and crew, were declared lost. Speculation has swirled around the mystery of Flight 739. Some suggest sabotage or a bomb, given the military nature of the flight. Others lean towards mechanical failure or a catastrophic event, such as a sudden fire or explosion. But with no concrete evidence, the truth remains elusive. At number 2, the tragic crash of Air France Flight 447. This incident occurred in the year 2009, when the world was shaken by the shocking news of the crash over the Atlantic Ocean. Flight 447 was en route from Rio de Janeiro to Paris, a routine trip for the Airbus A330. However, on June 1st, it suddenly vanished from radar screens, plunging the aviation world into a state of bewilderment. On board were 228 souls, each with their own stories, dreams, and loved ones, waiting for them back home. The subsequent investigation revealed a series of technical failures that led to the plane's catastrophic descent. The aircraft's speed sensors, known as pitot tubes, had reportedly malfunctioned due to ice crystals. This led to discrepancies in speed readings, causing the autopilot to disconnect and the plane to stall. The cockpit crew, faced with conflicting information and severe turbulence, were unable to regain control of the aircraft. Their desperate struggle ended in the cold depths of the Atlantic Ocean, taking with them the lives of everyone on board. At number 1, the mystery of the Vancouver Douglas DC-4. On the year 1951, an era where aviation was still in its relative infancy, a Douglas DC-4 airliner, a powerhouse of the skies, took off from Vancouver, British Columbia, with a course set for Anchorage in Alaska. However, this was a journey destined to remain incomplete. The airliner, along with its 37 passengers and crew, vanished without a trace. Despite extensive search efforts, no wreckage or evidence of the plane's fate has ever been discovered. The plane seemed to have been swallowed up by the vastness of the Pacific Ocean, leaving behind nothing but a lingering question mark. The lack of distress calls or any signs of trouble prior to its disappearance only adds to the enigma. Speculations abound, ranging from catastrophic mechanical failure to even suggestions of an alien abduction. The absence of solid proof allows these theories to swirl around, making the Vancouver Douglas DC-4 one of the most perplexing mysteries in the history of aviation. So what do you make of these mysteries? Do you have any theories or insights? We'd love to hear your thoughts. We invite you to like, share, and subscribe for more intriguing content. Until next time, keep your curiosity soaring.